right? Everything I've done in my life, I have been scared to death. But you take the step, and then you gain a little bit of confidence along the way. And you use that to take the next step, right? But ladies, girls, you've got to use your voice. Do not look away. Do not let people drive your eyes down to the floor. Do not mumble like what you're saying doesn't matter. Use your voice, okay? All right, you had a lot of good stuff to say. You had a lot of insight and good stuff to say. I want you to own it. Lift your eyes, lift your voice, and say it like you mean it. Yeah, well, you had a lot of good stuff to say. Yeah. Okay, if I could wave a magic wand and change one thing about you, what would it be and why? It's easier to accept the things that I don't like about myself because I'm like, that's like saying I don't like my great-great-great-great-grandmother. Maybe she was like me, you know? So it's part of who we are. It's literally who we are. And so finding a way to accept who we are, and even the little things we don't like about ourselves, if we can reframe it in a way that makes it less of a distraction for us day to day. You know, what are the good things about having really short hair? You don't have to spend a lot of time doing it. You have beautiful curly hair. Yeah. Yeah. So, that was that exercise. Did you like that? You have short legs, and you just lay around all day wishing you were a greyhound, and you just don't do anything with your life to think, oh, I wish I was a greyhound. I wish I was out there running on the racetracks and, you know, making lots of money, and you're never going to be a greyhound. But what if you focused your energy and attention on being the best pug that you could possibly be? What could happen if you focused on what you can change and your attention was on being the very best that you can be with who you are? That's where the magic happens. It's when you decide to embrace who you are. You become on the outside a representation of who you are on the inside. And you set your sights on what you want, and you're not afraid to fail at it. That's the magic recipe right there. If I never came back in front of you, I've given you the magic recipe. Is that acceptance? Bring together your outside and your inside so it's one cohesive story. Go out there and do what it is you want to do, and don't be afraid to fail. And I'm going to tell you something, and I know this, I'm 60 years old. I'm promising you this is the truth. When you have a goal or a dream, if you just commit to not quitting, I promise you, you will reach your goal or dream, no matter how big it is. The biggest, scariest, hairiest goal that you have, I promise you, you will meet it if you just don't quit. Recently, like when I was doing this Universe Canada, because of the level of competition, because of me being the oldest woman to ever do that, I decided I was not going to look at any of the pictures of any of the other delegates, because I knew, without the context of knowing these ladies and liking them as people and knowing them, all I had to go on was a picture and their stats, you know, their age, their accomplishments. I knew that if I started comparing myself to these women, that it was going to send me into a very bad mental place where I wasn't going to be focused, and I wasn't going to be running my own race. I was going to be caught up with comparing myself to these other women. So does that make sense that that does not serve you? So when you find yourself comparing yourself to other people or other situations, just understand that, try to pull yourself away from that and come back to just run your own race, right? Do what's best for you. Okay. So let's talk about like what influences our perceptions of ourselves, because I want us to start to separate reality from perception. So what are the things that influence our perception of ourselves and other people?